Oh, hey guys, it's me, Dad. I mean, your boy, Rux. Uh, and I wanted to do, as quickly as I could, a tutorial on color-based sound design. And I'm choosing to say color-based sound design because this can be applied to more than just bass. I just wanted to take the idea and how I thought it was done and apply it to other things. And I think that's the goal of this, right? To take the idea of something, whether or not it's popular, and just run with it. Do whatever you want. There's literally no rules. I say this all the time. There's no rules. It is your playground. You can do whatever you want. So let me just switch over here. All right. So pretty much here's a demo of what I've come up with. Okay, cool. Brilliant. And here's just the raw audio. Now this is just one of my bass blocks that I've talked about in previous videos that I've done. If you want, go back and watch some of those. Or if you want me to do another one, like a more in-depth one, I can do that too. So here is one of those just fed through the process I'm going to show you. And I do want to show real quick, this is the chord it's playing. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 notes. Just 5 notes in a chord stack. There was no reason. When it comes to FL Studio, this can be done in any program, by the way. This is just specifically showing you what I've done in FL, but the process uses what's called a Fruity Convolver. Well, what's in FL Studio is called Fruity Convolver, which you can just take the impulse response of a reverb that you like, put it in here, and emulate the reverb. That's it. That's the fundamental idea, and that's the fundamental idea I want you to take and run with. That being said, in FL Studio, I just took one of these, the minor ninth, this one here, and I just stamped it just to, there was no rhyme or reason. I was just like, I didn't want to think about an idea. I just plopped something down that sounded pretty, and I thought, well, that sounded cool. By the way, that is not the sound I used. I used this sound here. So just your typical super saw, right? So let's just hit that plus real quick, right? So I'm going to run you through exactly what I did, and we're going to go through in a new Fruity Convolver and go from there. So, hey, Mr. Saturn. Mr. Saturn says hi. So, you open up Harmor or any synth, whatever. It's your pick of the litter, right? And you're like, all right, cool. We got a saw. Wow. Do the super saw thing. Shape the sound. You can get crazy with it. You can add layers, like onions have layers. That's what Shrek said. Something like that. During World War II. And you can blend some lower notes into it if you really wanted. So that way it feels a little bit more full. Whatever you want to do it. The world is your oyster. So I'm just going to go back to the previous chord. The previous supersaw that I made. So let's just go to the stamp. Let's just use the minor ninth again. I like how that sounds. It's pretty. You can go anywhere you want on it. You can add a note, take away notes. Doesn't matter. And what you're going to do, and in my case, what I've done, ignore all those other channels. Actually, let's just put this over here on 89. Just 20 away from the funny number. Add an instance of Edison. And all we want to do is just record it. So let me just do that. Doesn't really need to be that extravagant. And then we're going to add a volume envelope, right? And all I'm doing right now is just shaping it. You can do this before. I'm just choosing to do it in Edison because, truthfully, guys, I'm lazy, okay? That's all you want. You just want a nice plucky sound like that. And you could do that in here with, you know, the pluck here. Oh, it didn't work because I didn't link the two, but you can do however you want. Shit, try the filter, you know, filter decay and make it pluck. It could sound cool. So let's that there. Okay, we like that. All right, so we like that. Now let's go to 90. Okay, a new mixer channel, and let's put a Fruity Convolver. Okay, so now you've got your impulse wave there, but let's drag this in here, and you're gonna get a similar shape, right? Similar shape. Now, you can do this with basses. You can do this with vocals. I did choose to put a vocal over this, and this is how this sounds with a vocal. This is not the same reverb here. This is the previous chain. If you were to add the dry signal back into that, you would get a very pretty shimmery, you know, that's a really nice, it's like, just like vocoding. That's the way that I thought this was done. I thought you would use a vocoder, but I guess I was wrong. Or maybe I'm not. I know other people have used, like Virtual Riot, used pitch map. I wanted to find a different way, and I didn't realize that Fruity Convolver could act as a resonator. I mean, you're resonating frequencies. That's, you know, essentially what reverb is, but in a different way. So now you got your sound, and you're like, all right, I don't know what to do. So say you've got, I don't know, let's take what's in here, right? You want to find notes that are at least in the same scale fundamentally so that it works. So like I could use F, I could use G sharp, I could use C. I'll just go in the middle and I'll just use F. So I'm going to scrub past those guys. So we're going to find something cool that we like that's, you know, in the key of F. So let's just use that. Actually, let's use that, because that's going to be brighter. So, okay, you've taken a bass session you've already used, and you're going to put that on the Fruity Convolver, right? Let's put that on the same channel there. Open the Fruity Convolver back up. So, now that you've got this up, let's just cut a sound. Just cut something. Doesn't matter. All you want to know is what this sounds like. So, we turn Fruity Convolver off. So now this is before. Okay. Just gonna put this back here. And now with Fruity Convolver. Okay, cool. It sounds like a PlayStation 1 menu sound effect, like you've just clicked on something. So you can scrub through. Now, this is the fun part. You really get to shape things. Now for me, let's turn the wet separated so it's got some stereo width. Okay. Maybe turn the dry down all the way off. You can really dial in, you know, what you want. If you want to get really risque, you could add some OTT, which I know you guys love. You know, you guys love that. So I'm gonna turn OTT off because I actually think it sounds horrendous with this song. But then you can start adding things like delay, which is gonna cause it to, you know, delay. Or you can maybe self-convolve, which it really adds more of that resonant tone to it. Sorry if that's loud. Now stretching. This is going to cause... Let me add some EQ to this. There's like some weird muddiness. Yeah. Cut down some of that muddiness a little bit. So Stretching is weird. This is going to change the pitch of the sample, so you do have to be, you have to kind of be careful, you know, to some degree. And I also forgot to mention what I didn't do in the other sample that I did with the other sample that I didn't do with this. You can further shape this here. Like I went and I did this to kind of decay it off so it wasn't too long. So it's that versus, you know. So do keep that in mind. I totally forgot to mention that before. So for me, you're using like fast stabs, you might want to do something like that. All right, but back to this. So stretching is going to change the pitch of it, and I'll loop this on a shorter note here so you can hear what happens. So just listen to what happens to the pitch. Now that's actually not too bad, right? Like you could like, well, it's just. So sorry, I just want to have a little bit of fun here. You know, we like to have fun here. That actually sounds really cool. So let's just turn this. Oops, let's turn this back to normal here to 100. So it's interesting because you could, in theory, get into doing something like this. So let's like duplicate this Convolver preset, right? And let's turn this down, and let's just turn this all the way up. Let me mute this real quick. You could layer the Fruity Convolve if you wanted to. And then you would just layer a sub over it. So it's a simple, this is really simple, really fun, but I feel like there's so much that you could do with this. You could do more than just put a chord stack on here. You could put drums on it. You could put vocals on it. Like here, with this current preset here, let me show you a vocal. Let me just find one of the vocals that they provide you in FL Studio.
We need a beat. We need a beat.
So what a great vocal. Definitely used in a lot of drops, right? Totally. We need a beat. We need a beat. So with just what we had before.
We need a beat. 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 We need a beat.
I mean, it's interesting. It's.
We need a beat. 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 We need a beat.
I mean, it definitely just sounds like, you know, a vocoder. Now, you could do this, create a new sound design session like I did, and here's something that you can do in Edison, which you can use in other software, but you just take this idea and run with it with other, you know, software. So what I did was I took I recorded some of this, you know, something I got from here, and you're probably wondering, how the fuck did you get with that? Get to that. Oh my god. So let's just do this. Okay, I'm gonna mute that. We're going to take this and I'm going to record this out. Just whatever is here. Okay. Now let me get to the 90 here, hit Edison. So in Edison, if you record this out, All right, you just say you record this out. If you Control A, right click, hit Tools, and go to Drum Loop Stretch, take this time multiplicator here, and I've done this in other videos, and just because it'll start up right here. You want to go, I don't know, somewhere 200, 250, 230-ish. Insert tails, auto slice. I usually use blur. You can fuck around with these ones here, but I like blur, random presence, and loop. Change this to echo grains. You could fuck with the other ones, but I like echo grains. Smooth fade. I fuck with these to try to make it sound smoother because sometimes you'll get clicks and pops. But if you do this, you can hit preview. I'm just going to hit accept, okay? So we're going to hit accept. Now listen to what it sounds like now. You just get a lot more variation. And I really feel like this is a powerful like sound design standpoint. I know color rhythm is really popular. I'm not a huge rhythm person myself. I'm very partial to, you know, house music and like speed house. Like I think this is fun. I feel like you guys could take this and run with it. So that being said, I hope that this helps you. I hope this inspires you. I hope that you guys come up with interesting ways to, you know, take this to the next level, because that's really all I want you to do. That's really what I want you guys to do with all of my tutorials, is just take the fundamental idea and run with it and create new things, because sometimes electronic music can get kind of stagnant. And I know there's a lot of talented artists out there that maybe have creative blocks. Like myself, I had so many creative blocks, and I realized that exploring that like young curiosity that I used to have when I was younger, when I got into making music, I miss that feeling, and it's like I feel like I'm chasing that. And when I find stuff like this, it like reignites that. So I hope that this does that for you. Yeah, I, again, have no idea how to end videos, so I'm going to sit here. This is going to be a part of that awkward 10-second thing that pops up on the screen and says, yo, if you like this video, you like this one. And I'm going to put a suggestion there, and you're either going to click it or not, but you should subscribe. I shouldn't have to remind you because you guys know how YouTube works, but if you want to subscribe, totally do. I love making tutorials. I make electronic music too. I mean, it's me, your dad. Rux. This is awkward as shit. God damn it. Okay, bye.